कृष्णमूर्तींना एकाने प्रश्न विचारला. व्हाय इज नॉलेज, ॲज यू हॅव सेड, ऑलवेज इनकम्प्लीट, अँड व्हॉट इज सायकोलॉजिकल नॉलेज? कृष्णमूर्ती यावर उत्तर देताना म्हणतात, तुम्हाला केवळ स्पीकरकडून उत्तरे जाणून घ्यायची आहेत की काय, की तुम्हाला स्वतःलाच ती उत्तरे शोधायची आहेत? तुम्ही जेव्हा कोऱ्या मनाने मला साथ द्याल तर आपण दोघे मिळून या प्रश्नात खोलवर जाऊ शकू आणि काही उत्तरे मिळतात की काय ते पाहू. वी बोथ पेनिट्रेट इनटू द प्रॉब्लेम. आणि अशा प्रकारे मिळालेलं उत्तर हे तुम्हीच तुमच्याकरता शोधलेलं असेल, कुणी तुम्हाला ते सांगितलेलं नसेल. देन इट विल बी युअर्स ओन अँसर, नॉट ए अँसर ऑफ समवन दॅट यू हॅव ओनली हिअर्ड. यू कॅन टॉक अबाउट ओनली कॅन्सर, but not about its pain, anxiety and fear of death. दुसऱ्यांनी दिलेलं उत्तर हे केवळ कॅन्सर असे नाव ऐकण्यासारखे आहे आणि ती बेचैनी, त्या यातना, ती मृत्यूची भीती हे जसं प्रत्यक्ष कॅन्सरचा पेशंटच जाणू शकतो, तसंच स्वतःचं उत्तर स्वतः शोधणं हे महत्वपूर्ण आहे. हा दृष्टांत खुद्द कृष्णमूर्तींनीच दिलेला आहे. तर प्रश्न असा आहे की व्हाय नॉलेज ऑलवेज इनकम्प्लीट? व्हॉट इज द नॉलेज अँड व्हॉट डू यू मीन व्हेन यू से आय नो? यू मे से आय नो माय वाईफ. यू मे से आय नो माय फ्रेंड. यू मे से आय नो माय सन. Do you really know them? Do you not have image about them? Is the image is fact, so the knowledge is incomplete. Is the image is fact, so the knowledge is incomplete. Now can one be free of that image making machinery? Can the machinery that builds these images come to an end? I have these images about my wife, friend and son, and they have also images about me. So there is no relationship. Only one picture meets the another picture. That is a tremendous fact, like a stone around the neck. Now am I throw the stone away? Can I throw it away from me? This is very, very important question. Is the stone, the image around my neck, is different from me? कृष्णमूर्ती बरोबर घुमून फिरून त्यांना हव्या असलेल्या जंक्शन पॉइंटवर चर्चा आणतात. तो जंक्शन पॉइंट म्हणजे तोच आपला नेहमीचा थिंकर इज द थॉट, ऑब्झर्वर इज द ऑब्झर्व्ड, वगैरे वगैरे. Is that image, that weight on my neck different from the observer? Who says I have these images? Is the observer who says I have these images, and how am I to get rid of them is different from the images which observer have? Obviously not. So the observer is himself the images, not different from them. And now that observer wants to separate from that all images. Is it possible, or is it a wrong question? आणि आता आपण विचारतो की मानेत बांधलेला धोंडा मी कसा सोडून घेऊ? What am I to do about them? That is the way we live. आपण आपली अशीच कोंडी करून घेतलेली आहे. We are saying something entirely different, which is that observer is observed and there is only observed, and which is the past. This is the psychological moment of time. So when we see anything including person, we are observing through the image. Can we observe the thing or person without that image or that past? That means, can the observer be absent in the observation? That means, can the observer be absent in the observation? Then that is pure observation. In pure observation, there is no observer. In pure observation, there is no observer. So, thus we are eliminating the very structure of the conflict. See this very, very carefully, because our minds have been trained and educated also to have this division that I and thing observe are totally different. My anger, my greed, my jealousy are different from me. This is the long turn of humanity had taken before thousands of years, and thus to have this false division is still continue. But when we realize that the anger and jealousy are me, then what happens? The pattern has been broken and there is only observe. And when one remain with that means not work on observe, then observer cannot appear. कृष्णमूर्ती नेहमीच एनालिसिस आणि परसेप्शन मध्ये काय फरक आहे हे नेहमी सांगतात. एनालिसिस इम्प्लाइज द एनालायझर अँड द थिंग टू बी अनालाइज. पण अशा प्रकारे कोणत्याही गोष्टीचे अनालिसिस कदापि होऊ शकत नाही, कारण द फॅक्ट इज दॅट द अनालायझर इज अनालाइज. मुळात ह्या दोन गोष्टी नाहीतच. एक भ्रामक आहे आणि एक फॅक्ट आहे. समजा आय बिगिन टू अनालाइज व्हाय आय एम इन्व्हियस. पण अशा प्रकारे आपण जेव्हा अनालाइज करायला जातो तेव्हा हा अनालिसिस करणारा, ज्याला अनालिसिस करायचे आहे ते, त्याच्यापासून वेगळा आहे काय, की आपण वेगळा आहे असे मानून किंवा धरून तो चालला आहे, या बाबतीत आपल्याला शंका घ्यायला नको काय. फॅक्ट इज दॅट इन्व्ही इज मी. फॅक्ट इज दॅट इन्व्ही इज मी. This is the naked fact, not an idea. Envy is not separate from me. Greed, competition, all that is me, and that is naked fact. मग आपण त्यांना सेपरेट का मानतो? याला एक कारण आहे. There is one difficulty, that our brain functions in old habits like a gramophone record. The brain has been conditioned to think in that certain way and to respond accordingly to our culture, tradition and education. पण असं जरी असलं तरी जेव्हा एखादा खरोखरच काही नवीन ऐकण्याची कळकळीने तयार असतो तेव्हा त्या ऐकण्याला लिसनिंग म्हणतात आणि बाकीची जे ऐकणे असते त्याला हिअरिंग म्हणतात. दॅट इज अ व्हेरी ऍक्ट ऑफ लिसनिंग विल वाईप आउट द ओल्ड. डू लिसन विथ फुल्ली अटेन्शन. अशा प्रकारे आवर कॉन्शियसनेस म्हणजे द कंटेंट ऑफ कॉन्शियसनेस इज द रिझल्ट ऑफ मिलिनियर्स or more. It contains all the animistic and the primitive essence as we have come from. All that is a part of our consciousness. That is not mine or yours. It is of human being. We are not separate individuals, but psychologically only human being, having the common consciousness which is all its content. And the content of consciousness is consciousness. And the contents are innumerable. Belief, faith, reaction, actions, various memories, pleasure, sorrow, pain, the search of complete security, and so on, so on. All that is what we are. All that is what we are. All that is what we are. हे वाक्य अतिशय महत्वाचे आहे. जणू कृष्णमूर्तीच्या शिकवणीचा गावाच आहे. All that is what we are. We may that we are divine, but that is also only the part of our thinking, not a fact. धार्मिक मान्यता आहे की आपण वेगवेगळे सोल आहोत. Now we are questioning that whole of it. Do you not share the sorrow rest of mankind or the human being? Human beings throughout the world psychologically one. Same fear, same sorrow, same pain, same search of security. So you are the world. You are the entire humanity. So this consciousness which have wrongly considered mine personal is not fact at all. Because all human beings living on this marvelous, beautiful earth, which we are carefully destroying, go through the same problems, the same pain, the same anxiety, the same loneliness, the same depression, tears, laughter, contradiction, and conflict between man and woman. So in our consciousness, are you separate individuals? Whatever you think, feel, imagine, suffer, all that is shared by all other human beings. We are exactly as you are, similar to you. This is logically fact. So you are the entire humanity. You are not individual. Listen to that statement. You are the entire humanity. You are the humanity, not as Indian and all that rubbish divisions. When you listen to a statement of that kind, you make an abstraction about it. That is, do you make an idea of this fact? The fact is one thing, and the idea of fact is another thing. The fact is that you are thought and you are individuals. The fact is that you have thought that you are individuals. Your religion, your daily life, your conditioning have made you to believe that you are individuals. And somebody like the speaker, J. Krishnamurti, comes along and says, look carefully, is that so? First you resist its sayings, what you are talking about, and put aside it. But if you listen carefully, then you share this statement that you are the entire humanity. How do you hear that statement? The sound of it. Do you make out of it that the statement as an idea away from the fact, not pursue the idea? You hear the statement that your consciousness with all its reactions and actions is shared by all humanity, because every human being goes through depression, loneliness, sorrow and pain as you do. How do you listen to that statement? Do you reject it or do you examine it? Do you investigate it or merely say, what nonsense is this? Which is it that you are doing not tomorrow but now? What is real reaction to it? Either you listen to the depth of it, the sound of it, the beauty of it, the immensity of it with its tremendous responsibility, or you treat it superficial, verbally, and say, yes, I understand it intellectually, but the intellectually compensation has very little meaning. So our consciousness is one with all humanity, but you don't see the beauty of it, the immensity of it, you will go back to your own pattern, thinking that you are all separate individuals, fighting, striving, competing each other and trying to fulfill your own blessed little self. If you listen to this truth, do not act it as a poison. धन्यवाद.